Hey everyone, this is Money Flip right here, coming at you with a watch list for Friday, April the 8th. So today in the markets, we were down, I think about a couple of hundred points. So spot was down about 2.5 points. So really quick, what I'm looking at into tomorrow. So this is should be 78-minute chart. I'll break it back down here in just a second. So you can see where we closed right here. Okay. Well, that was the low of the day right there. I'm looking for SPY to maybe test the 201.75, maybe 201.50 area tomorrow. Okay, that's just my level on SPY that I'm watching. Okay, if I take this to a 15-minute, that's not enough. Let me take this to a 39-minute. And you can see that much better. You can see where it crossed over the ATR today, but we've been having some back and forth signals. Okay, so anyway, you can see my levels even better right here. So that's 202.50 basically, and that's short 201.75 in that area. So at 203.94, I'm gonna at least look for us to test 203. But looks like the 202.50 to 202 area is what I'm looking for as a test tomorrow. Of course, we need to watch the futures as well. So with that said, most people know I trade the NASDAQ and crude oil. I'll bring up the NASDAQ. So on the NASDAQ, I put in a couple of levels. Now, mind the fib work on here. Can get a little bit charted up. But from this swing low to swing high up here, we have a 38% retracement and the 50%. And you can see it held that 50% quite well. Going into tomorrow, if the 50% breaks, so this right here is just a little bit of a trend line that I drew. Let's pick something you can see. So I've got that trend line drawn right there. It's pretty much the same right here. So that's pretty much the 50% retracement. I've got another trend line right here, or level drawn, which is the 618. So with that said, if the NQ breaks the 50% retracement, I'm looking for a test on back down here to the 4440 level. Okay, so I'll be looking at that one in chat tomorrow. So that's my take on NQ. I have about 8 tickers that I'm going to go through real fast. Lots of stuff in the red today. The first one, BBT, BB&T Bank. Lots of those here in Washington, D.C., where I'm located. You've got an ATR cross right there. I'm not worried about earnings because earnings are towards still got at least 2 weeks on those. MACD pulled back up to the zero line, cut back down. The longer term MACD crossed under, ATR crossed. I'm looking for this one to come on back and do a little bit of test work. Let me do something here. I love my fibs, man. Now these are rough. So the first test would be the 618. After that, I would be looking for 31 level. Okay. Looks like it wants to come on back down, especially in conjunction with the market. So that's BBT, which is BB&T Bank. I would like to see this one test the 31 level. All right. All the charts that I'm showing right now are to the short side. JWN, I like this one quite a bit to the short side. I like how it had that nice run up right there. Went sideways a little bit and then just started to come on back down. And you got that ATR cross, and you have the 49 EMA cross. The squeeze has fired short. Lots of down volume today. The MACD's pushing down, so I've got all my reasons to get short this one. So I really like JWN as a short. Once again, I will fib this one also. Yeah, pretty much held your 50%. I'm looking for the 618. I don't really use the 78, but I do in instances like this. So there's your 7.8. So 47.62. Let's just round it off to 47.50. So over the next few days, that's where I would look for this one to test. You are at 42.45 right now, so I'm at least looking for a 50 test. Okay, that's JWN. Looking for a 50 test over the next 2 or 3 trading days. And that is Nordstrom, a good retailer. PANW, once again, pretty much like Nordstrom. I like how this one made a nice run up, banged its head on the 200 moving average. You had an ATR cross today. See this little arrow? That's the moving average cross. I don't have the ADMA on here, but that's a moving average cross. You have the ATR cross right here today. Your fast MACD has crossed under the zero line. We've lost our positive momentum. And the longer term MACD is also curling down. So this is why I like this one to the short side as well. With that said, so we are at 149.60. I actually think that this one, with some market cooperation, we're at least going to get the 145. But I would like to see this one test the 140 level. Okay, that's a little bit above this 50% retracement. But first target would be this 38% retracement of 145. Um, yeah, I like that level right there. You had an ATR cross today. After that, I would be looking for the 50%, but I would keep that at a whole number of the 140. Nice round number. That's Palo Alto cybersecurity 140 target after 145. Okay. Humana. Now this thing was down big today. Once again, let me look at something right quick. Yeah, Humana just a fall from grace today out of nowhere. I haven't checked the news on that one. I'll have to go back and check it. But Humana looked pretty bad today. Pretty much touched its 50% retracement, crossed the ATR, had a moving average cross there. Your squeeze already fired to the short side. The fast MACD and the long MACD are under the zero line. So I'm looking for a test of the 618 retracement on this one, especially if it continues. So I'm looking for a continuation on this one down to the 167, 167.50 area. So that is Humana 167, 167.50 area. The next one is Smith and Wesson, SWHC. Very nice pullback. A couple of guys in chat really like to play this one. So here we are with Smith and Wesson. Let me remove this. Um, this so it touched a high of 30. Let's just call it 30.50, and has pulled back quite a bit. I'm gonna use a swing high here. Swing low. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's yeah. So it's holding at 618. Dipped below it. It's holding at 618. We call that the golden fib. But what I want you to notice is right here. This thing is way oversold. Okay, so Smith and Wesson will do its own thing regardless of the market. I'm actually looking for this one to go ahead and push higher. Closed green on the day when the Dow was down a couple hundred points. So I'm looking for this one to push back higher, and it held the 618. All right, Smith and Wesson, I like that baby long. Okay. Next one is MCD, McDonald's. Everybody loves a good Big Mac, right? Yeah, I like them too. So McDonald's touched a new all-time high again. I'm looking for a little bit more of the same, but it may be ready to cool off. So wait for McDonald's to pull back a little bit. Here's our last swing low. Yeah, it really needs to pull back to this like support area. So I'm gonna say about 124. Look for Mickey D's to pull back right there. It could be cooling off or consolidating along with the market. Okay, so that's McDonald's. Two more tickers. WYNN took off like a rocket today. Now remember, WYNN, IBM, CAT, they were all dogs last year. And like they say, from year to year, whatever's a dog, usually the next year it does pretty good. So WYNN, I don't know what the news was, but WYNN gapped up, and it just looks pretty good to me. So I'm looking for a continuation on WYNN. I don't have any targets right now on it. Let me see what I can get. I'm gonna have to use something like this right here. Yeah, my next projection would be 108, 108.50. Okay, and that's just drawing from this, basically the swing high before this day. Okay, before today, back down here, and I could even draw one a little bit tighter. Still going to be about the same. As you can see, that 1618 is the 127 of the other one. So with that said, I won't even touch it. But that would be my target on WYNN right there. I like WYNN to the long side. Um, if this thing were to keep on moving, my target would be 108. All right. So that's WYNN. And last but not least is Expedia, one that I am looking for a directional trade on. Um, Expedia, I'm looking for this one to test 100, okay? Especially if it breaks down right in here and continues to push lower. Uh-huh. So yeah, if it can get out under this 102.50, I like for Expedia just to come on and test the 100 level, okay? Which would be this one back here. So yeah, because we've gotten past, we're holding pretty much this support right here where it was at that 200, but it's under everything, under the 200, has crossed into the ATR a while back, bounced up right here, touched that 200 MA, come on back down under the 49. So everything for me on Expedia is bearish. All right, so looking for Expedia test of 100. That's all I have, folks. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'll see you in chat, or come join us for a free trial. Peace.